My people wonder they say shall never end. From what we are hearing right now, they said Ebony could not believe what the king told her, and they said she was heartbroken. Allegedly, you know that they said she went to the king and was telling the king, okay, there was something they were discussing about the strange disease that has befallen the people. And they said the family of Iya Mojisola that lost their mother, that the children came to the palace for help if there's anything that the king can do to stop the sickness from spreading in their family and all of that. So it was then they said they were saying that the only way out is for the queen to return back to the palace. And Ebony was like, that she is so proud of herself that people have gone to beg her, even to the point that she, as Nebony, and her uncle, they went to see her and she refused them access into the royal mansion. That she is so proud of herself. It is because of pride that made her to leave the palace the way she did. They said that did not go well with the king. The king was very angry with Ebony. Even after hearing that Ebony and the rest of them manipulated her out, and Ebony still have the audacity to say before the king that it is pride. It is because she is so proud of herself. That is why she left the palace, thinking that the king will continue to beg her and all of that. So they said that did not go well. But the way the king responded to Ebony, they said Ebony could not believe it. And it's not as if they were alone. They said there are people who are present there. As in, there are some elders and the family of Iya Mojisola and some people, other servants at the palace, they were all present when the king told Ebony before every one of them that that what Queen Naomi have is not pride, that is because she knows her worth. Unlike some people who are forcing themselves to the throne. Hey, they said Ebony was quiet for some time. She doesn't know, as in she felt like the ground should open so that she will enter. And come to think of it, if you check out her story, how she entered the palace and everything, you could see that she really forced herself to the throne by whether she likes it by fire by force. Because she was serving in the palace as an ayaba, although information have it that she was betrothed to the king, but she did not maintain that betrothment because along the line she left the king for someone that she thought that have made it bigger, you know. And when Kabiyesi became the king, she returned back. And ever since she returned, Kabiyesi did not want to look her way in terms of marrying her. But information have it that they are knacking, you know, they are doing krewa as a man and a woman, not as husband and you know. So and because she is desperate, she really want to force herself to the throne, and she knew that if she did not do some of the things that she did, the king did not fancy her to make her a wife because she was there and the king was busy marrying all of these women. So that is why a lot of people believe that she is the reason the king was called a king that cannot keep a wife, because the first one, when she left, when the first wife Bombata left, people said Ebony have a hand in it. That was when she came back serving as an ayaba. Because they said the moment he became king, Ebony rushed back without wasting time, thinking that is an opportunity for her. And who knows, maybe she is the one that brings so much confusion that the lady left, because there was this information we heard that the lady don't want the husband to be a king. Yes, I know there are some people that are like that, but as a Yoruba woman, I don't think she will not want her husband to be a king. Who knows what happened? Anyway, because we do not live with them, we cannot tell. But a lot of people believe that Ebony is the reason she left. Okay, as if that is not enough. When Wurola came, Ebony was still there, you know. And at the end of the day, what happens to the first one happens to the second one. She also left, and Ebony was still there. And then, to tell you that she really forced herself to the throne, the king never loved her enough to marry her. Or would I say the king was angry with her due to what they said she did to the king. Because when the king have not made it big, they said the king was pleading with her to be with him, you know, as someone that is betrothed to a man. When she find out that who knows, maybe he might not be a king or he might not make it that big tomorrow, she decided to follow already made, and maybe that's why the king doesn't want to make her a wife when she returned back. Because if Kabiyesi really wanted her to be his wife, I don't think he would have gone ahead to marry Wurola and the Queen Naomi. But due to the fact that her desperation will not allow these people enjoy their marriage, she was working against their marriage until they left the way they did. So, and at the end of the day, she ended up being one of the wives when the king was doing marriage bonanza. If not for this marriage bonanza, maybe by now the king will still be marrying and they will be living as long as the parasite is there. I did not call anybody parasite. So, right now, they said she was heartbroken when the king said that the queen knows her worth, and that is why she decided not to stay when it is looking like they are tolerating her. Because when you are with a man, you call your husband, and the husband is trusting another person over you. The husband is not seeing you as a wife. Instead, someone else who is using something to manipulate him. He is concentrating on the person more than you. My dear, if you know your worth, you're gonna work out. And that is exactly what our queen did. Although it is said that spiritually they also manipulated her out and all of that, of which Ebony might be aware of it. So, but she, that is desperate for the throne, she started forcing herself in. With the help of her family and begging and begging and begging, she was able to be one of them. And ever since then, she had been restless, especially when the king realized that, it was manipulation, I really want my wife back. And ever since then, Ebony have sworn that she's over her thigh body will this one return. But like I will always say, it is only the will of God that will be done. And as long as she have a son for the king, as long as they love themselves, as long as God did, and as long as her mission in the palace is not complete, she's going to return in due time. So whether Ebony likes it or not, whether she is proud or not, is none of Ebony's business. Ebony is going to the royal mansion because they are afraid of Arun Ikunkun. If not, anyways, that is what we're hearing. They said the king told her that when a woman knows her worth, she doesn't beg to belong. Instead, she will be begged to come back. That is what we're hearing if the information is true. I want to remind you that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them. Okay, thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.